This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised as some cases contain graphic content. We mean no disrespect to anyone we discuss in this podcast except our exes. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. However, we will be expressing our personal opinions. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Hey everybody, it's Cynthia.
And I'm Wes, and this is Love and Luminol, a true crime podcast.
And this week we're going local. Had to think. Yeah, it's been a while. Long time no see.
Yeah. If you didn't see from the TikTok why we've been away, go ahead and show them. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. So, she decided to prove the kids that she could ride a hoverboard.
I wrote it.
She did ride it.
But it's like
the wheel caught a backpack, pulled it out from underneath her. She flew backwards and landed on her wrist.
Yeah.
So, yep. So we've been gone for a couple of weeks because she's, she was in the hospital. She had surgery.
I was trying to protect my ass sets. And I caught myself falling backwards and broke my wrist.
So, yeah, and she's been in a lot of pain, and we just haven't been able to do an episode. But we're back. She's coherent enough.
Yeah.
So, you said it's local this time?
Yes. Louisville, Kentucky.
All right. Well,
So let's get to it.
let's go.
All right, well, hope nobody forgot about us. Been gone forever.
I'm sure they did. We're very forgettable.
We are. You're like, is that the one that keeps going, and the chick that falls asleep?
Maybe.
I don't know that one.
Well,
She don't know either.
I didn't say her name, so that's a little strange. But she wanted to get on the episode too, so we're going to leave her in.
And on Love and Illuminati, our haunted house.
Yep. All right, let's get to
Yes, we're going to Louisville.
it. Louisville.
Yep.
Louisville.
Louisville. And this
Louisville.
case was actually, I believe, if I remember right, yes, it's the one a coworker of mine, a friend, brought to my attention one day at work. 'Cause I
Interesting.
guess, yes, shout out, Eric. I guess his mother, if I remember correctly, apologize, it's been a while since the holidays and research, but I believe his mother either owned the old house of this place or owned the house next door, somewhere close, and was actually got to witness some stuff, or witness some crime scene investigation things, so
Wow. Down
Yeah.
in Louisville.
in Louisville, so he brought
Louisville.
it to my attention.
We went to a Matt Rife show, and they were talking about Louisville. And they said no wonder they say it like that, because all the drinking from the bourbon.
Bourbon.
They're like, Louisville. You gotta be drunk to say it.
Just about, but so thanks to him for the recommendation, I guess what you call it, case inquiry. But so let's
All
get
right.
into this, and it is on Melvin Henry Ignatow.
Ignatow?
Yes, Ignatow. Ignatow.
Ignatow.
Don't know, but it's close enough. And here's a picture of him. Sorry, I'm one-handed this time, so
Okay.
it's a younger him. Melvin Henry Ignatow. He's born March 26th, 1938. So a while back.
Yeah.
And he passed away September 1st of 2008. So he lived to be quite old.
Yeah.
Well, 70, I guess.
I mean, that's decently old. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not extremely old. It's
No, but-
about average.
It's a good long life. Yeah. Lived
Yeah.
in Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
And Mr. Melvin, some people called him Mel, divorced from his first wife in 1973.
Okay.
Don't know if that's his only wife. I've seen first wife, I've seen wife, so. But who knows? He divorced from a wife in 1973, and he got custody of a son and 2 daughters.
Okay.
And his son's name was Michael Ignatow. And there's a picture of him right there. And Mel started to change after that. So after the divorce, he started to change his personality. People noticed some stuff. In public, he was very nice and likable. At home, he was a control freak.
Oh, really?
Yes, and he yelled a lot. But I mean, how many kids do you have? 3?
Makes
What do you
sense.
classify a lot as? I mean,
We've got 5. I'm sure we
2
classify
girls
as a
and
lot.
yeah, and that's 5 boys. We yell a lot. When we don't yell, they think we're dead. So
True.
they're like, "What's wrong? What happened?" Like nothing. So he had 2 girls and a boy. So I'm sure the girls were at each other all the time. But the kids' rooms had to be spotless.
Yeah.
Spotless. If they weren't to his liking, he would yell and belittle them. He also wouldn't let them use the vacuum. They had to pick this stuff up out of the carpet hand by hand.
And our kids think they have it bad.
And our kids, they just got to pick toys off the floor. They think that's the death of them. They had to get on their hands and knees and clean the carpet by hand and pick every little speck up. Or he
Wow.
would throw his crap. Yep. So I don't want to hear nobody complaining about the
Never
vacuuming.
again.
Never again. And eventually, he got a girlfriend after his divorce, Mary Ann. So he
Okay.
brought her into the family household. There she is.
All right.
She was a secretary at his work.
Men at the job.
Yeah, don't know. It says dated after the divorce. Don't know if they were acquainted before. Don't know if
Sure.
she started after the divorce and they got...
After the
I don't
divorce.
know. But she did work as a secretary where he worked. She was in her 20s and Mel was in his 30s. 10-year difference.
A 10-year difference, huh?
Yeah, not bad, I guess.
You guess, huh?
He would go on business trips and let Mary Ann watch his kids.
Okay.
And they
Wow.
didn't get along.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, but I don't know how old the kids are at this point. You know. But she established her dominance quickly.
Dominance.
Yeah, so it wasn't like the kids could get one over on her. She came in, she's like, "Your dad's not here, but I'm daddy now." So she's like, "I'm the boss."
I'm daddy.
But she bribed and even blackmailed the kids. So she was even the sneaky kind of dominant.
Nice.
She would go through their rooms and find things they were hiding from Melvin, threatening to tell him unless they did as she said. She even blackmailed his son one time, stating that she would tell his dad about the cigarettes she found in his room unless he told his father how much he loved Mary Ann and how amazing she was.
Wow.
Wow, trying to build her own resume up there with the kids. I'll turn in your
She's so
smokes if you
amazing.
don't. He's like, guess so. I really want those smokes. I said, good. What did I have to go through to get those?
She's
at
behind
12?
the dad's back, and every time the kid's going to say something bad, she goes, and he's like, "She's amazing."
He's a 10-year-old, like, you know what I had to do to get those? She's amazing, Daddy. Makes the best grilled cheese. He goes, we don't have bread. She would also spill stuff on purpose on one of the girls' shirts and have them fight with each other.
What?
Like, I guess they're sisters, they'd trade clothes or something, and then she would spill something on someone's shirt, and then the sister would be like, "Why'd you spill this on my shirt?" "I didn't." Remember, that she caused a fight between the girls.
Whoa.
Yeah, and she would just stand in the back and kind of watch them.
Okay.
She cut a hole in the new couch one time and blamed the son.
What?
Yeah, so she cut a big hole in the couch, and when they were moving the couch around, his dad noticed this big hole in the back, and she blamed Michael.
Wow. She's a bit psycho.
So she had, a habit of starting drama. I don't know if she just liked it. Some people just like it. Picture her sitting there in the corner just kind of watching people fight with each other like, ooh, popcorn, She kind of liked to aggravate the household. But the kids caught on. And when they told Melvin, he did not believe them.
Oh, boy.
So he's like, "I don't believe you." Of course, my 3 kids couldn't be right.
I mean, depends.
True. But if you stop and think, be like, all this stuff started happening after she moved in and took over the place, kind of?
Yeah.
probably put 2 and 2 together.
I guess. Depends
But-
on the situation.
Yeah, it depends on if the kids grew up and they were trying to sneak stuff by and get away with stuff, then you're kind of like, skeptical, but
Yeah.
it depends. But after an argument between the two, Melvin cut off the relationship.
Okay.
Mary Ann decided she was going to turn him in for tax evasion. Because that's what you do.
Wow.
And he was sentenced to 30 days in prison.
Okay.
30 days.
Wow.
And his son just thought he was on a business trip. That's what he was told. He didn't even know he went to jail.
Wow.
He didn't know until speaking with his dad's lawyer later on that he was arrested for the 30 days. He never knew he was arrested. They just told him business trip.
It was a business trip.
It's prison.
Yeah.
But when his dad came back home from that business trip, he had Mary Ann with him. Because that made sense.
Yeah.
Michael suspected that maybe Melvin did not know that she was the one to turn him in. He's like, maybe he don't know. If he does, he's very forgiving. That's for sure.
I would say so.
Because I feel like if someone got you thrown in jail, you shouldn't be dating them or staying married to them or whatever. But when he turned 18, shut up. When he turned 18, Michael enlisted in the army. Yeah.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble's on, so he's got
Yeah.
Well, Michael turned 18, he's off in the army. And when he returned, Melvin had a new girlfriend, Brenda Schaefer. So Mary Ann got,
Bye-bye, Mary Ann.
yeah, rebooted with a Brenda. And that's Brenda. That's Brenda.
All right.
Michael first met Brenda while working as a bartender. Melvin brought her to meet him. He said she was very quiet and nice, and she'd been dating Melvin for 2 years.
Whoa.
But Brenda was complaining to family and friends that Melvin is abusive and that she was planning to break it off. So instead of hearing all the Mary Ann's now when Brenda comes in, she's like, he's a little controlling and too much, so I think I may need to step away.
Well.
One evening while having dinner together, Melvin announced that he was engaged to Brenda.
But she was going to break it off.
However, Brenda wasn't at the dinner.
Oh.
Michael
I don't think she was aware she was engaged.
Yeah, Michael thought that was a little weird that she wasn't present to announce their engagement. So he was kind of like, hold on. He said he did not know that she gave the ring back and called off the relationship until after everything went down. So after later, he realized, they weren't even together at that time. He was just,
wow.
yeah, dragging it out. One night, Michael got a call from Melvin stating that Brenda was missing. You know where this is going. Brenda's missing. Melvin was sobbing and seemed very upset. And Michael went to his house to check on him. And he was hysterical. He said Brenda was missing. He found her car on the side of the road with the radio missing and blood inside the car. So he's assuming someone carjacked her, stole her radio, something like that.
Okay.
But Michael's like, it looked like a big show. Like he's like, I've never seen a grown man that hysterical over anything in my life. And
Well.
his dad, the way his dad is, he's like, I've never seen him cry, let alone sob over a woman. So
Okay.
he's like, that just seemed a little off to him as well.
Hmm.
You know? And the police came to investigate Brenda's car. They, of course, tested the blood they found. And it was not Brenda's blood or Melvin's blood in the car.
Who the hell?
It was a random person who saw the car sitting there and smashed the window to steal the radio out of it. So it was just someone walking by, Louisville.
Wow.
And they're like, hey,
Louisville.
that car, no one's in it. Looks like it's been sitting there a while. Smash, take the radio out.
Louisville.
It happens probably everywhere, but
Louisville.
Louisville. Michael saw it in the paper one morning where Brenda's body was found.
Oh.
And that his dad was arrested for the murder.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's like the next day pops up and there's good old dad arrested for the murder and Brenda's body's found. So he's like, what in the hell?
It's like, damn, Dad.
Yeah. When notified of Brenda's disappearance, the police instantly suspected Melvin.
Well, yeah.
Police were unable to locate any witnesses or physical evidence to prove he did it. So like, we can't prove he did it, but we suspect it's him. Police invited Melvin to clear his name by testifying in front of a grand jury.
Okay.
They're like, you can come under oath, testify, so clear your name. In the questioning, he mentions Mary Ann's name for the first time. So they're like, who's this? So they go see Mary Ann.
Mm-hmm.
So nice of them. We know how she is.
Yeah.
Police brought Mary Ann in for questioning. And there's her right there.
Oh.
She's tickled, let me tell you. And then she eventually confessed.
It was her?
To helping plan the murder and to
What?
taking pictures of Melvin while he abused Brenda. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. You're like, what?
This went, this twist.
That twisted right
Oh my
around,
God.
didn't it? Yeah. So the old girlfriend helps kill the new girlfriend, it looks like.
Wow.
She also led police to the gravesite. So she's the one that led, when she was missing, I guess they interviewed him, said, hey, you're suspicious. He mentioned Mary. They go to Mary. She's like, we did it. Here's the body. And so she turned them in.
Damn.
That's why it seemed their son's like, next day I woke up, is in the paper, he's arrested. That's because she rolled. She rolled quickly.
Man.
Brenda had been buried there for a year, so she was extremely decomposed.
A year?
It took a year, yep, to investigate the missing person, test the blood in the car, figure out it wasn't their blood, bring Melvin in.
Damn.
Find
they were
Mary
slow
Ann,
in
yeah.
Louisville, aren't they?
And a year later is when they dug up the body and found
They're
Brenda.
slow in this case, but, you know, girl sitting in her house. They'll just barge in and shoot you.
They will.
I guess it depends on what the case is, whether they want to hurry up
This was
or not.
also the 70s, 80s.
True.
I
I
mean-
guess they've gotten a lot speedier.
DNA back then probably took half a month.
They've gotten speedier.
Back then it was arrows,
just-
bow
now
and
they-
arrows. Or
Now they
what
just
the fuck.
kick in the door and shoot you.
The autopsy showed that she was abused, extremely abused. However, any DNA and blood evidence was long gone. But police,
They got a confession.
yeah, from her,
Yeah.
they even convinced her to wear a wire in the hopes that Melvin would confess in conversation with her. Because she's loose lips at this point. I mean, she ain't afraid to go in with you to plan it, but she's going to rat on you the second they call her in.
Yep.
She's like, I'll help you, but I'm going to tell on you. In return, they promised to only charge her with tampering with evidence.
Whoa.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, give me that wire. She met with Melvin and expressed her concern, stating that the FBI was hounding her and she was afraid the property behind her house was being sold and developed. I guess that's where they buried Brenda.
Yep.
First off, why would she let him bury his girlfriend in her backyard? We don't know, but
That is a bit strange.
yeah, I would have been like,
And they were supposed to
Yeah.
be broken up
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm
Yeah.
a little confused on this.
like if my ex wanted me to bury his woman in my backyard, I'd been like, no,
Yeah.
call the cops
or
right
help
now.
him.
Yeah.
Like, why?
no.
I don't
like-
get why she went along with this.
I'd be
Like, it doesn't make
"Don't
sense.
Be surprised if you get stopped leaving and arrested, because I am going to rat you out.
Yeah.
I ain't going to help you and let you bury her in my
I
backyard.
I don't even know why she got involved.
I
That doesn't
know,
make no
right?
sense.
But he berated her for letting the FBI, quote, rattle her, and told her he didn't care if they dug up the whole property because, quote, that place we dug is not shallow.
Damn. That. Well, if that ain't a.
Determined.
If that ain't the tape they were looking for.
Yeah, right? Well, we didn't dig no shallow hole.
Don't worry about it.
They're like, what did you say? That's
I
planting
said
flowers.
it wasn't a shallow hole we dug. Wink, wink.
Based on the recording, they charged him with murder in 91. But the trial was moved from Louisville, Jefferson County area, to Kenton County due to the publicity of the case. Well, yeah, it's a big case.
Yeah.
In one section of the tape, Melvin tells Mary Ann, quote, beside that one area right by where the site is, does not have any trees by it. So he says, I was reading like he didn't speak English, but it was me skipping a line, I think. I'm going to say it again. Oh, beside that one area right by where that site is does not have any trees by it. Beside that one area right by where that site is does not have any trees by it.
Wow.
It's hard to know what he's talking about without the whole. It just sounds like a little piece of a sentence. But the jury decided that Melvin said safe and not site.
Okay.
So instead of saying where that site is, they thought that's safe. So they didn't consider it a grave site. They considered it like a safe he buried for safekeeping. So that led the jurors to believe that the discussion was about a buried treasure. Because it couldn't be about a body. No.
Louisville.
This was Kenton.
Same
they
difference.
moved it.
Same difference.
Marianne Ward.
Kentucky. How about that?
He said safe, not site. What do you mean he buried a body? There's treasure back there.
It's not like they found a body.
Did they find treasure? I'm like,
My God, these people.
what'd they dig up in that spot? A body? No treasure? He lied to us.
Hey. That reminds me of a song. Back in the day, there was a horrorcore rap group called Wolfpack.
Yeah.
And they did a song called Death Becomes Her. And they said, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Death becomes her. Death becomes her. Talking about a dead body.
Anyway, these jurors said, I can't tell what he said, so we ain't buying it. But Marianne wore a mini skirt to trial and laughed during her testimony. So she wasn't helping because she was all blonde and giggles. So they're probably like, she's acting funny. Maybe it's her. Maybe he said safe and it was her. So she wasn't helping them. And that led to the jury questioning her credibility. So already they're screwing themselves over there in that trial. The defense argued that Marianne killed Brenda and not Melvin. And they're probably like, see, based on her behavior, she ratted him out. She threw him under the bus. I mean, it was her. Yes.
I mean, maybe. If not for that safe.
But when Michael discovered who found the body, he was convinced his father was innocent. So I guess Marianne's the one that led them to the body. Michael blames Marianne for the murder, stating that she was the main mastermind behind it all. He's like, she's behind it all. She's the main player. She took you right to the body. Had to be her. Marianne stated that she followed Melvin while he drove Brenda's car to the freeway and left it. She said he stabbed the tires before they left. And there was no evidence to prove this.
Huh.
So there's no stabbed tires.
Why would she just say that then?
I don't know. And that's why they're like, you're not helping the case.
Maybe
like,
she wasn't there.
Maybe she's trying to get him off. I don't know. But she's not helping putting him away, that's for sure.
Well, no, that kind of makes it look like she's not even there. She's making the story up. So that could get her off too.
It's like she's trying, I don't know, it's almost like she's trying to cause enough reasonable doubt and confusion that they're like, we can't, we don't know who did what. But Michael and both his sister believe that Marianne's trying to frame their father and that she actually did it. She was emotionless during the trial. And so they're like, so Melvin's family think it's her. She says it was all him. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
But December 21st of 1991, the jury acquitted Melvin. Let him go. Not guilty. And look at that. He's a happy man.
He does.
And that newspaper says a free man, at least for now. For now, at least.
For now, at least.
They're like, we're coming for you. There's another one of him doing the interview. Happy as can be.
Ear to ear.
But poor little Marianne was sentenced to 5 years for evidence tampering.
Oh.
for her assistance in the case. That's why he's smiling.
I mean, they kept their deal. They said, you help us out, you'll just get an evidence tampering.
Yeah. We lost, but you're still getting your evidence
tampering. You're still getting that evidence tampering.
Mm-hmm. You confessed.
Thanks for playing.
The judge was so embarrassed by the jury's verdict that he wrote a letter of apology to the Schaefer family.
Wow.
He's like, they thought they said safe.
I'm sorry the jury was idiots.
Oh, my God.
He did it.
The judge is like, no. I thought the judge could overrule the jury. Isn't there a time when he can actually, or is that just for punishment?
I think it's just for sentencing.
For sentencing? Yeah, I think, because I know that sometimes I've seen cases where the judge is like, that won't work, and I don't like that. Let's do life with no or something.
Yeah, I think it's just sentencing.
So I didn't know if the judge was able to say,
I don't think they can overturn
a verdict.
A full verdict.
They can just overturn a sentencing.
No, just sentencing, I think.
Dang it. I was like, I don't know why he wrote a letter and just didn't say, I don't like you guys. Let's do this again.
I mean, the prosecuting team can't appeal.
Yeah.
Retry.
Really? Can't.
If they appeal
Double
it.
jeopardy.
If they appeal it, they can
Oh.
still retry.
Oh, no, they acquitted him, though. Does that same as not guilty?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
That's a not guilty. They should be able to appeal and just retry it.
Should, but
You can't.
I always hear you can't try them twice.
That's on a, like, you can't go and just charge the person again and
again.
try them. But if you appeal the same case, it's
For
not
a
a new
reason,
charge.
yeah.
They can't be charged a second time.
But Brenda's parents died before the trial, so they weren't able to see this mess happen.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, at least that's, I mean, I'm sorry for their passing, but they shouldn't have had to see this guy get out, or this woman. Due to family and friends, their deaths were premature. I guess their family and friends say their deaths were premature and due to the heartbreak of the case. Because they weren't old. But 6 months after Melvin's acquittal, and this is where the coworker I mentioned comes in, a carpenter working in Melvin's old house, which has been sold to fund his defense, found a taped plastic bag inside a vent while tearing up carpet. So I think this is where my friend at work mentioned, I don't know if his mom owned that house or owned a house nearby, and saw in the news that they found evidence in that house next door.
Okay.
And that's why he brought it up, because he knew all about this case, because his mom lived close to it. But when they were renovating his old house, they found a bag. And the bag contained jewelry that Brenda was wearing on the night of her disappearance, and 3 rolls of undeveloped film.
Oh, those are them pictures that she was talking about.
Once developed, the film showed Melvin raping and torturing Brenda.
Wow.
Melvin's face was not in the pictures, but body hair patterns and moles matched him perfectly.
Wow.
So he tortured her, raped her, killed her, while Marianne took some photos. Due to double jeopardy, he cannot be tried again for the murder.
Yep.
So they decide to hit him with some federal charges for perjury and lying to the FBI based on his grand jury testimony.
There
So
you
like,
go.
at least
That's
we can get
something.
him for something. Yeah. Michael got a call one night from his aunt after he came home from work, because he noticed his father wasn't home, and his aunt told him that his dad was arrested again and that evidence was found that implicated him in the murder.
Yeah.
So, of course, that busted his bubble, because he always thought it was Marianne. But the evidence was exactly what Marianne said it would be. But no one believed her during the trial because of her behavior and just strange giggling.
Yeah.
But Melvin confessed in court at his perjury trial because he knew he couldn't be charged again for the murder. So he came out and said, yeah, I did it. He turned to Brenda's brothers in court and told them that he killed her. And he asked his former girlfriend, Marianne, to help him kill Brenda. They spent several weeks preparing, and Marianne even testified that they, quote, scream tested her house to make sure no one could
Okay.
hear from the outside Brenda screaming, and they dug the grave in the woods early.
Wow.
September 23rd, 1988, Brenda met Melvin to return some jewelry of his that she had in her possession because she was breaking up with him. She
Okay.
said, here's your jewelry back. Melvin pulled a gun on her and took her to Marianne's house. They blindfolded her, gagged her, and bound her, hands and feet. Melvin forced her to strip and photographed her in suggestive positions, so degraded her. He also raped, sodomized, and beat her before he killed her, and he killed her with chloroform, too much chloroform.
Damn.
And they buried her behind the house in the grave that they already dug. Melvin took the film, stripped her of her jewelry, put it in that bag, and hid it, for later safekeeping.
For later.
In 92, Melvin pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 8 years and 1 month for his perjury.
8 years.
Yep, 8 years. And on October 23rd, 1997, Melvin was indicted on state perjury charges. And he was released from prison October 31st of 97. So he served 6 years.
6.
About 6.
Out of the 8.
That's fair. No. That's not fair. No. This is why I think this double jeopardy shit should be an exception. If we find new damning evidence, we should be able to bring it back to charge
Should
you.
be able to.
Should. I think they need to change that. Not to like when people call the police on you because you're too loud over and over again. Not like that. Like you can't charge someone with murder 10 times in a row.
No.
But if you find like photographic evidence,
I think they should be able to go back and appeal the conviction with new evidence.
Yes, some way.
Not a new trial or a new charge, but like I said, appeal the already conviction and say new evidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what was that? What is with Kentucky? We did another case like that. Josh King, I think that was it. Where his dad confessed for him and said, I did it, I killed that guy. His a stepbrother or something, his dad said.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so they found him not guilty, and then he came out and he's like, I really did do it.
Yeah.
And so they couldn't charge him again. What is with this Kentucky and your double jeopardy, guys? It's fucking you
They ended
up.
up getting him on something else. Though,
Yeah, they got him on something else, but still. The state later prosecuted him on perjury charges for the testimony he gave in a case against Brenda's employer, threatening to kill Melvin if he did not reveal where Brenda is. So I guess that was a separate case where he testified that Brenda's employer was threatening to kill him if he didn't say where Brenda was.
Huh.
So I guess he said they're threatening him. They said no. So he lied there, so they charged him with that. They're like, we're going to charge him every way we can.
There you go.
And he was sentenced to 9 years in prison for that as a second-degree persistent felony offender.
Okay. We just get him on these charges over and over and over.
I bet that's what they did. I bet they said, we're going to charge you perjury. And then when you get done with that, we're going to find something else you lied about, charge you second time, so it counts as a second
It's a completely different charge. It's still perjury.
Persistent. Yep.
It's just a whole nother count of perjury.
Yep. Like the first one was a warning. This one's like, you ain't listening. So I bet they saved it up. I'm like, we're just going to keep
I think
these
they had him just waiting.
lined up.
Okay, next time he gets out, there's this other case of perjury.
And Melvin was released from prison for the second time in December 2006.
Okay.
And that is where he returned to Louisville. So I don't know what prison he was in during those times, but he was not in Louisville. He was somewhere nearby, but not Louisville.
Maybe Chicago.
Probably, but he came back to Louisville. It was federal, so I don't know where they'd take him for federal.
Oh, federal?
Yeah,
Tennessee, maybe?
because it was a federal perjury charge against
Maybe
that guy.
Tennessee.
Yeah, so he came back to Louisville, moved in with Michael, with his son. He eventually moved out into his own place.
Okay.
He lives in a house 4 miles from the house where Brenda was murdered in. Brenda is buried in her family's plot in Cave Hill Cemetery. We went there.
Hey, we've been there.
Yeah.
I'm taking pictures there.
Yeah, we've been there. But that's where she's buried. And author Bob Hill wrote a book on the case called Double Jeopardy, which became a bestseller. MSNBC and Court TV also produced documentaries on the case. And here's a picture of that book, Double Jeopardy.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that may be interesting to read. I'm going to have to check that one out. And the TV show American Justice aired an episode on the case called Getting Away with Murder, Season 9, Episode 7, if anyone wants to check it out. Aired March 15th, 2000.
I remember that show.
Now, this is what episode I watched. But TV show Evil Lives Here, episode He Got Away with Murder, Season 10, Episode 4, which came out August 8th, 2021. I watched that. It was on either Discovery, Go, or Hulu. I forgot which one. But I watched that one if anyone wants to check it out. But Karma finally made her appearance later on.
Okay. Hope so.
Hope so. September 1st in 2008. Melvin was found dead in his apartment.
Oh, okay.
at the age of 70.
Yeah.
His son Michael opened the door to find a broken table and Melvin's walker on the floor surrounded by blood. His walker leg was bent. It looked like he was up using his walker and the leg bent, making him fall over onto the glass coffee table.
Oh, I just had this vision of somebody busting and beating him with
a
his walker.
No, he tripped and fell.
Okay.
He didn't grab his phone to call 911. And Michael believes his dad thought it was his time and he laid down and died.
Okay.
When his dad and Marianne killed Brenda, ironically, they tied her to a glass table. He died
shit.
falling through a glass table.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why karma's made her appearance. An autopsy showed that Melvin died from an accidental fall that lacerated his head and arm, and he eventually bled to death. He tripped and fell onto his glass coffee table.
Wow.
Michael found his body after stopping by to check in on him. He said, quote, "It just looked like he had fell, and he tried to go to the kitchen, and there was a blood trail that way. And then it looked like he tried to make it to his room. Before he made it to his room, that's where they found his body at." His neighbor described Melvin as, quote, "a sick and elderly man, alone and struggling for help when he apparently stumbled to his death. I used to hear him all night asking for Jesus to come and get him because he was in a lot of pain."
Wow.
Well, tough titties. That's karma.
Karma
Melvin's
came and-
son.
Carmen came and got him.
Yeah,
Not Jesus. Karma.
Melvin's. It was like, he's in a lot of pain. Yeah, Brenda was in a lot of pain too.
Mm-hmm.
Melvin's son admits that, quote, "he will probably go down as one of the most hated men in Louisville. Maybe it'll just put it at rest that we all don't have to keep dealing with this over and over. That's what I hope." And then Marianne passed away from cancer or a heart attack soon after her release from prison.
Or, we don't know which.
We don't know which. The source puts both in, so I don't know if it was...
So she had cancer, but she also had a heart attack.
She also had a heart attack, so they don't know if it was the cancer or the heart attack. But she died right soon after her 5-year sentence, and so she died before him.
Oh, wow.
She went out early. He went out an old man with a bent walker. But that was the case of Melvin Ignatow.
Ignatow.
There you go.
Well,
Louisville.
man, I was hoping somebody busted in and beat him with his own walker.
You just pictured someone beating him with a walker.
That's why I laughed, because I was like, okay. It's just,
No. This guy got up and fell head first through a glass table.
wow. Yeah, that's definitely some karma.
It's gotta
mean,
be karma.
They tied her to a glass table when they did all that to her. And then he just
died through a glass table.
falls and right through a
That's
glass
the
table.
definition of karma.
That's hilarious.
That's like if he would have fell down the stairs, we'd been like, "Oh, karma," but this is karma, like it was through a glass table.
Yep. That's funny.
Even more karma if it was the same table that he had back in the day.
That would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if it is.
Oh, I doubt it because he's been in prison how many times?
I know, but somebody could have had his stuff in storage, and then when he finally got his own place, he got his stuff out of storage and put it back. I don't know. You never
Could
know.
have been.
But if she was tied to that table, wouldn't it have been evidence? Well, they didn't know for sure that. I mean,
Until he
unless-
confessed.
Until he confessed. So, but by then they weren't charging him with
Plus,
that
it was
anyway.
at Marianne's house, so.
Oh, that's true.
Marianne's
So probably not.
table. Probably not.
I mean, it probably could have been. Maybe, I don't know.
He
Hard
just
to
like
say.
glass coffee tables.
I guess he's got a thing for glass coffee tables.
They have a thing for him too.
They do.
But that's it. Thoughts out to Brenda Schaefer. She definitely didn't have to do it. Oh,
No,
have to go through
that's
any
horrible.
of that. That was horrible for her and her family. Her parents died before the trial even started. It was just horrible for her family to have to go through this mess because of this sick man and his even sicker ex.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. He was with that one woman.
Yeah.
He never did that to her.
No.
And then they break up. And then he gets a new girlfriend. and then he goes to her house, and they do that together to the new one. I don't get it. Like, what?
Unless they're really freaking messed up. And like they were chatting, he's like, she broke up with me, I just want to effing kill her. And Marianne's like, let's do it. And then they just kind of...
I guess.
Like two sick individuals, like the
he
Barbie
broke
and
up
Ken
with-
killer, yeah.
Like she broke up with him, and he was pissed, and he went back to his ex and was bitching about her, and then
let's
together
just
they're
kill her.
like, let's just kill her. I guess, but the
Still.
wouldn't you? I mean, how would she be okay with the rape? You get and take pictures for him. Like,
Fucking crazy.
I'm lost,
Crazy people.
and I'm lost on how he would be into that if he hadn't already been into that.
Yeah, why it's
Like
popped
rape
up.
people who rape and do stuff like that are aware. That's like part of them. Like,
Yeah, and his son was groaning in the army and back, and
that's what I like. How do you just out of
He was
nowhere
having
go
midlife crisis.
this one I'm gonna rape and kill? Like,
midlife crisis.
I don't get it. I'm lost, guys. I'm lost.
Oh no,
Just when you
crazy.
thought
Maybe
you
he was just
understand
scared
people.
Marianne was going to rape and kill him, so he didn't bother. She seems like a crazy person.
Wow. I don't know.
I don't know. Both of them are gone, and poor Brenda. So thoughts to her family. Horrible. All of the cases are horrible.
They are.
Ugh, double jeopardy's like.
And
ugh,
you
we need
wanna
to
keep
address
doing this.
I know. We need to address this double jeopardy. Let's start a petition.
Yeah.
So this is like the second, maybe even, well, the second case in just Kentucky that they could have benefited from being able to charge again.
Yeah.
And OJ.
OJ. You know he was innocent.
No. According to that Amazon movie, yeah. All right. Any news?
Cato wasn't in this case.
There's no
There's no exact time.
just dates.
No, I don't really have any news. I know we're working on building a podcast
Office.
studio. And once that's all built, that's when we're probably going to start the Love and Illuminati episodes too. And we'll revamp
Saturday or
our whole thing here.
view.
And yeah, and I think we'll probably have like a new intro and some new stuff all about that exact same time. We'll consider that this like season 2 starter
Hollywood makeover.
when we change everything up. But that's really the only news I have. I don't know. Anything from you? Other than your...
My broken arm. No, surprisingly,
Other than
no.
the hoverboard incident, as we like to call it?
hoverboard incident. No, nothing. And I've been trying to keep up with the Coke and Burger and what's the other one? Delphi guy.
Delphi.
I can't even remember his name.
I just call it the Delphi case.
That's what I do. I don't even know his name. I'm trying to keep up with them. Last I heard with the Delphi guy, they're trying to get him transferred to a different prison. I don't know. He's not being treated fairly, they say. And then Coke and Burger's just trying to get his charges dropped. I don't know what he's doing. He ain't doing anything exciting. So we're just waiting on those. So I've been trying to keep up and see what the juicy details.
They're slow movers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just kind of pushing papers and waiting for trial. So I don't have any current news or nothing exciting. So
Well.
broke my wrist, cried like a baby.
No, you did not.
Not when it happened.
I mean, not when it happened.
After.
I mean, since you have, but
Yeah.
dude, when she, I really want to edit this and give the video of it because we have it on video.
No.
I want to add it like right here, and then be like, "What'd you think?" No,
Wipe out.
but yeah, she did not cry at all. Like,
It was like S.
her wrist was like making an S. It was crazy looking, and the kids go, "Did you really break it?" Or no, one of the
Brayden
kids
said, "Are you okay?"
Brayden says, "Are you okay?" And you go, "Does this look okay?"
I was like, "Does it look okay?" He's like, "Ah." I was like, "No, it didn't. It didn't look okay."
Yeah, it's just like crazy.
And they kept wanting to hug on me. I'm like, the whole right side of my body hurts. Don't like a toddler wrapped around your leg. Mommy, mommy. I'm like, I'm okay. Please. It hurts. I don't want touch.
But you proved him wrong. You did ride the hoverboard.
Hoverboard. I broke my wrist and didn't cry when it happened. So next time,
Took it like a champ.
Yeah, one of them stubs a toe or cries, wails. I'm
Like,
baby.
did you break it? No? Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're gonna let a grown old woman outshow you? You're gonna cry over a stubbed toe? They're like, yeah.
Yeah, we are.
It hurt.
Well, that's it, I guess. Check us out on social media. We're everywhere except where Elon Musk resides.
Thanks.
And at Love and Luminol on all of that. The website, if you want to find us, is loveandluminol.com. There you can find our links to our audio and video episodes, because you can either watch this if you're not watching it, if you're listening right now. And those who are watching it, you can also listen to it in your car. So there's multiple options here. To find all those places, like I said, loveandluminol.com. There's also a contact form if you want to tell us we're amazing, we suck, I don't know. You want to talk about my ums? Feel free to do so.
They're just like, he did that whole conclusion, didn't take a breath. He's like Eminem.
Eminem. But yeah, just tell us what you think, and we'll talk about you on the show.
We'll talk about you on the show.
So be
And
careful
check
what you
out-
say.
Yeah. And keep an eye on TikTok. We did finish our book, Iron Flame.
We finished our Iron Flame. We did a book talk on the first one, about a month ago?
Yeah.
About a
liked
month
it,
ago,
loved it.
Fourth Wing, and then we just finished the second one, Iron Flame. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll tell you what we thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
I didn't have the lid. You gotta use your hand. I'm kidding. As alcohol splatters and then I catch on fire.
Sounds like a flamethrower. It's awesome. Anyway, I can't close it because I don't know what you did with the lid.
Yeah, it's over there somewhere.
But we'll be sure to put that out afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye.